heartbroken, obviously. You know, it's a real bitter pill to swallow when you lose, and you know, I'm used to winning, and you know, I've got that winning mentality. So when you lose, it's really hard to swallow. What can I say? But it was a fantastic fight up until, you know, the round 7. That's never happened to me before, and I guess the bet. Being honest, the better man won on the night. He hit me with a fantastic shot, and I couldn't recover from it.
We'll talk about the fight in a second. Was Ryan Garcia, because there was a lot of questions about Ryan Garcia, whether he was the real deal or not, etc. There was obviously comparisons with who you'd been in the ring with versus who he'd been in the ring with. But was Ryan Garcia better than what you thought he was, Luke?
Yeah, being honest, yeah, he was. Yeah, I honestly thought once I started hitting him, he would want out, and that took me by surprise a little bit as well.
I think it's fair to say you gave Ryan Garcia a huge reality check in round 2. You probably had everyone who was watching back at home up on their feet when you dropped him in that second round. Talk me through that, Luke.
No, I hit him with a fantastic shot on the button, and you know, his eyes was closed on the way down. I think it was the actual hit from when he hit the ground what woke him up. But it was up in seconds, and he was recovered like that, which really shocked me. Because when he got back up, he just seemed to recover straight away. So like, I wanted to go in and try and get the job done there and then, but I thought, oh, he's back. You know, when you know when someone's not there with it. But I thought, oh, he's back. So if I rush in here, I'm gonna get caught in on the way in. So I just thought I'd continue to pick my shots and you know, be careful instead of just trying to go in, winging in and get caught myself.
Were you in two minds over that? Obviously, when he did get back up, you were in two minds about whether to kind of go in for the kill and try and finish him off, or kind of, like you just said there, take your time a little bit and kind of just wait for your moment just in case you do get caught yourself.
Yeah, well, like I say, it was recovered, like instantly recovered from it, where, you know, you get up and you might still have shaky legs or still not with it, you know, like when you're in there, you know. And I thought, oh, he seems like back, he's alert, you know, so I thought, don't just go in there rushing like, you know, like a fool, because I'll get hit myself. So I just thought, just continue picking nice shots, and we'll catch him again.
How do you assess from that knockdown up until the body shot, which eventually obviously ended the fight? But how do you assess those rounds, your own performance?
I've not watched the fight back or anything like that to have a look at it myself. But I thought it was to and from. I thought he was giving me, I was coming back and dishing it back. You know, I thought I was hitting him with clean shots. And I think a lot of the stuff that he was throwing, I was blocking and moving. But I thought the fight, there was nothing in the fight up until that point.
Talk to me about that body shot in round 7. Obviously, again, we're at home willing you to get up, and I mean, listen.
Yeah.
For people that don't know about the body shot, is literally could be one of the most kind of devastating shots a fighter can finish, and sometimes you just can't get yourself up from them. Well,
we all know his left hook is his best shot. You know, and he was throwing it to the head, and I was blocking it well. But then, as you see there, like I was stood, and then as I moved, I thought he was throwing it to the head, but he just whipped it and lifted up my rib cage, and I stepped back, and I couldn't get my breath. Could not get my breath. One of them, innit? You know, I don't know what to say myself.
Look, all I can say about the Luke Campbell post-fight interview is that in a world where a lot of guys want to make excuses after a fight and bring up a whole bunch of reasons why they lost, aka Lomachenko, who's talking about being injured, Luke Campbell just seems to be a really good and honest kid who has a good idea about his talents and his limitations. He gave Ryan a lot of credit, and he also gave a lot of insight into the fight, why he believes he lost, and you know what he's gonna do in his future. So I thought it was a good interview, and I give Luke a lot of credit for just for admitting the way he felt, and you know, being honest and being able to take a loss in the same way that you would take a win, which is what you would hope that a champion would do. Going forward, I'm not sure what Luke's trajectory will be in his career. I think at this point, if he's not in his next fight, if he's not careful, he could definitely become a journeyman. I think he's aware of that. I get the sense in that interview that he almost has 1 foot out of the sport already. Perhaps I'm wrong. Sometimes fighters, after a difficult loss, sort of have like this downtrodden perspective, and maybe he'll adjust it and switch what he's thinking. But you know, I think he's good for the sport. I think he's a good kid. I think he's a good test for a lot of fighters. And personally, you know, I wish he would have stepped on the gas when he knocked Ryan down. But like he said, he thought Ryan sort of recovered very well, and I guess that made him think twice. Unfortunately for Luke, those sort of second thoughts are career-changing decisions, because he ended up losing anyway, so he may as well have sort of stepped on the gas. But hey, I can't judge him because I wasn't there in the ring. All I know is, like I said, he seems to be a good kid, and I wish him nothing but good things in the future. And once again, you know, he's had a couple of good fights here in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I give you my 2 cents, and if you're not too sensitive, you'll be able to sense how much sense I actually make. I'm actually great.